Olive Garden might have made it famous, but today I'm going to show you how to make Zuppa Toscana even better from the comfort of your own home. This rich, hearty Tuscan soup is loaded with Italian sausage, creamy broth, tender potatoes, and kale, and it tastes even better the next day. This right here is in my top 5 soups of all time. Meet me in the kitchen, let's make it happen. The beauty of this recipe is the simplicity and how few ingredients you really need. Right now we're about to prep our onions, garlic. We've got 2 large russet potatoes. If you have smaller potatoes, you might need 4 for this recipe. A little kale, some chicken stock, a few other flavor enhancers that we're gonna get to here in a little bit. We're gonna get the party started by dicing up our onion. I like to leave my root intact. Kind of holds everything together, makes the onion preparation a little bit smoother. So just make cuts in one direction like so, opposite of the root. And then right down the middle. And you got a diced onion. Real simple, real easy. And then we're gonna dice up some garlic, prep our potatoes. Make sure you clean those russet potatoes. Potatoes are a root vegetable coming out of the ground, so you're gonna make sure they're nice and clean before they go into your soup. Let me know in the comments what your favorite soup is. This has gotta be one of mine. I liked it even before I started really cooking that seriously. When I used to go to Olive Garden and the waitress would come to the table and tell her when to stop adding the Parmesan cheese, and I would just stare at her until her arm falls off. All right guys, next up for the prep, you wanna go ahead and clean and chop your kale. If you don't eat kale, this is a great opportunity to introduce some to your diet, full of nutrients. Speaking of nutrients, it's time to prep the potatoes. So we're gonna leave the skin on the potatoes because that's where the bulk of the nutrients are. Feel free to peel your potatoes if you want to. You want to slice them relatively thin. A mandolin would work well here, or if you got a nice sharp knife, you can go ahead and do it by hand. If you don't have a nice sharp knife, you can grab this one from MrMakeItHappen.shop. We're gonna cut them into little circles like so, and then I'm gonna basically cut them in half or quarter them depending on the size of the actual potato. You want it to fit on a spoon, right? That's the idea. You want a nice bite-sized piece. You want it to be relatively thin, that way they cook quickly in the soup. And you got yourself a delicious kale and potato soup. If you haven't had this before, they sell it at Olive Garden. They're basically who made it popular or famous. It's all over the internet as well these days, on TikTok and Instagram and all that good stuff. This has been a very popular recipe on my channel as well. And today we're running it back for old time's sake. So when it comes to this particular recipe, I want to build flavor from the very beginning and keep all the flavor in the same pot that we're going to cook our soup in. We're going to get the party started by cooking our bacon. I'm using 5 or 6 slices of thick cut bacon. Use whatever you like. If you don't eat pork, you can leave this out, or use beef bacon. Next, once the bacon is done, we're going to remove that to a paper towel to drain. And then we're going to add in 1 pound of Italian sausage. And today's episode is sponsored by Strawberry.me. Now, if you've been following me on social media or YouTube for any length of time, you know that earlier this year, I opened my very first restaurant. Now, I know that's very exciting to a lot of people. For me, it was super stressful. It came at a time in my career where I felt a little burnt out and honestly unsure of which move or which decision I should make to really move the needle in my career. That's why I tried career coaching with Strawberry.me. Getting started was shockingly easy. I answered a quick quiz, got matched with a certified coach, and booked my first virtual session that same week. Sessions fit right into my busy schedule, and the whole membership is designed to work with a busy life. No travel, just real work you can do from anywhere. And what I love the most is my coach didn't tell me what to do. They actually partnered with me to build a personalized plan I could follow. My coach really did a great job of keeping me accountable, keeping me on track, and just helping me make some real tough life decisions. So if you're ready to stop guessing and start planning, visit strawberry.me/MrMakeItHappen and claim your special offer. That's strawberry.me/MrMakeItHappen. Scan the QR code on your screen or hit the link in the description to get matched with a certified career coach. Don't wait while you're thinking someone is making a plan. Go to strawberry.me/MrMakeItHappen right now and take control of your next step. Again, if you don't eat pork, you can substitute this for turkey, beef, whatever floats your boat. We're gonna get this Italian sausage into that bacon grease. Press it down, make sure it's making good surface area contact so it browns up nicely. And then we're just gonna let this cook, mash it up. And then we'll start adding in our onions and garlic. Immediately the house is smelling phenomenal. Now it's time to start adding some seasonings. I'm using the last bit of this buttery garlic pepper seasoning I got in this bottle. I gotta hit MrMakeItHappen.shop to give me some more. Then we're going in with some red pepper flakes. These are optional, guys, but I like the little bit of heat that it provides, and I like to add it directly to the bottom of the skillet so it can start to kind of use that oil to rehydrate a little bit and bloom. Going in with a little bit of Italian seasoning, my all-purpose seasoning, and about a teaspoon of this Better Than Bouillon roasted garlic base or chicken base, whatever you got. Gonna get that in there. AP seasoning to taste. And then we're gonna deglaze and add our homemade chicken broth with a little bit of store-bought chicken broth, because I had about 4 cups of homemade broth in the refrigerator from another recipe. So we're gonna use that. But use whatever you got. Store-bought will get the job done. You just gotta season it up a little bit more. Give everything a good mix. It smells heavenly. All right, guys, you want to go ahead and give your potatoes about a 10-minute head start because they do take a little bit longer to get tender than the kale. Once you've had them in there for a bit, we're going to go ahead and add in our kale that we cleaned and chopped. We're going to add that to the soup. And then really, once the kale is tender, you're done. I'm going to add in some of this chopped bacon as well, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. Save a little bit of bacon for garnish. Going to give this a mix, put the lid on, let it cook for another 15 minutes. You got your soup. All right, guys, so for the last 5 minutes or so of the cooking time for your soup, I like to add about a 1/4 cup to a 1/2 cup of heavy cream. This is going to make the soup a little bit creamier, give it that nice color that you're used to when you see Zuppa Toscana. Totally customizable, optional for you. If you don't want to add that much cream, you can just omit it completely, or you can add a little bit more if you want it even creamier. I like it, like I said, between a 1/4 cup and a 1/2 cup. Once we go ahead and plate this up, I'm going to garnish it with those bacon bits that we chopped up and saved to the side earlier. Add that to the top, a little freshly grated Parmesan cheese, because why the hell not? We're here for a good time, not a long time. This is the part where I say, brace yourself for a trademark money shot. Say it with me, guys. Looking good. The only thing left to do is dig in for the taste test. But before we do that, please take a quick second to subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit that bell to enable notifications as well. It is time for the moment of truth. Digging in for the taste test. I found my spoon. Before we do that, guys, make sure you... Before we do that, quick reminder that this recipe and all of my recipes can be found at MrMakeItHappen.com. This is a beautiful bowl of Zuppa right here. Here we go. Cheers. A little crunchy from the bacon. That's perfect. Kick off soup season with this one. You won't regret it.
No, you good. You got extra bacon on that one. Bruh. Flavor Town. I just want to go to Flavor Town. This is fire.
This gotta be top 5 soups.
I just want to drink it.